Have you seen the Hank Parker spinning combo from Walmart for only $24.99? Well, today we're going to give you an honest review on how it works. Stay tuned. Hello again and welcome back to Hoosierback Outdoors. If you like anything and everything to do with the outdoors, then reach down, click that subscribe button. We'd appreciate your subscription. Also, you won't be disappointed. Today we're going to be checking out the Hank Parker spinning combo from Walmart for only $24.99. I seen this deal, I went to Walmart, checked it out, and I ended up walking out with my very own. Now, as far as the way it looks and feels, just picking it up and holding it and spinning the reel and twitching the end, it feels like a really nice rod and reel combo. Now, I did purchase a Lews back a few months ago, if you remember, in the video where I hooked my finger, and it was the bright yellow colored one. I'm not even sure what the specs were on it, but when I lined these up side by side last night and checked them out, they both look exactly the same, although there's one small detail. This is a two-piece. The other one that I bought, the bright yellow one, is a one-piece, which does add more sensitivity when you're going to catch fish or feeling for the bite. But we're going to try this one out today. This is the two-piece, brand new. Haven't even cast a line in the water with it yet. And we're going to see how it works. I'm going to try a few different lures and let you know my reaction to the feel of the lures and how things are working. So stick around to go through this review with us. All right, here we go. One thing you might let me know in the comments is I have a lav mic for my GoPro, hoping to cut down on some of the external noises that it makes. So let me know how the sound is when I have the chest camera on. All right, what we're going to be throwing first is I picked up an Ozark Trail jerkbait last night in a sexy shad color, and we're going to throw this around and see how jerkbait works on this rod. Now, I'll give you the specifics of this. This is an HBA 20. Not sure what that means actually. Speed spool, looks really good, and I'm telling you, it's really smooth. Now the rod, let's check this out here. HPA 2060M-2D, medium action. The line weight 4 to 8 pounds, lure 1/4 ounce to 1/2 ounce size. Two-piece rod, like I said, and we're gonna throw it around and see how it feels, and hopefully catch a bass. Now this jerkbait at Walmart is $4.88, I believe. Has rattles inside of it. Not sure how it swims. Let's check it out real quick. Let me get a little line on here. All right, I'll hold the camera down here where you can watch it in the water. No, not too bad. Not too bad. A slow rise back to the top. Huh. Good. Let's see if it catches a fish. I'm telling you, it looks like, since the last time I was here, that the pond has dropped even more. Well, I like the shortness of the pole, just 6 foot. Actually, it gives you a little more feeling on the end of it, and it's actually stiff enough to pull this jerkbait. Now, I will tell you that the one modification that I did make on this is it came pre-spooled with 8-pound monofilament. And if you've ever dealt with pre-spooled monofilament on a reel, you'll know that it loops real bad, it tangles real bad. So last night, before I even rigged this up, I took all that line off and put on 10-pound Power Pro braid, which has become my favorite line to throw. That's the only thing I did different to this. I couldn't believe it was only $24.99. That was just shocking to me, because the yellow Lews reel that I bought, it's almost these exact same specs was $49.99. It was $50. Now, one thing I'm noticing about this jerkbait is it runs sideways. Runs a little bit sideways. I mean, it's not bad. It'll do, and I'm sure fish will bite it. But it's got a little sideways run in action. You can reel it really slow, and it still has pretty good action. And casting, this casts really well. You'll notice if you fish a jerkbait much that this front treble hook sometimes on a cast will get you hung up. Let's see if I can get it untangled here without hooking myself. All right, good deal. Let's try over there again. See how far I can cast it. Oh, that was just right. So, number one, the jerkbait works really well on the spinning combo. Now, I'm not sure how it works with the pre-spooled mono that was on it, because obviously I put some 10-pound Power Pro braid on it. So that's what I normally fish. I don't fish with the pre-spooled stuff. That pre-spooled stuff usually causes you more headaches than it's worth. So I just take it off and put what line I want on there, whether it be mono or braid. Anyway, and also Ozark Trail jerkbait, I was really actually surprised at the action on this. The action was really, really good. So is it worth the $4.50? $4.88? Yeah, probably so. And they have this in all kinds of colors. I haven't, I mean, I made probably 30 casts. Haven't seen any wear on this at all. Looks really good. So yeah, go give one a try if you drop by your Walmart. All right, let's get to another bait. Okay, second bait we're gonna try is a lipless crankbait. This is a Googan Squad in the crawl pattern. Lipless crankbait. Nice rattles in it as well. We'll throw it over here and see if we can get a bite. Rod speed actually isn't too fast. It's actually pretty good, this steady retrieve here. It's about the right speed. Nice. Man, that cast really good. That might be too far. Man, I'm telling you what, the feeling of this tip, you can feel all the vibration that lure is making down there. Every bit of the vibration. Which also means that you'll be able to feel a bite really good. There's one right there. Look at there, that was a really slow bite. I slowed down to get the fish in, or to get the lure in. I slowed down a little bit and he come up and smacked it. That looks like them a little bit more color is gonna work. Hey, there we go. First fish on the new Hank Parker speed stick from Lews. Little bitty feller. A ditch pickle. Little old ditch pickle. So score one for the lipless crankbait. We caught a fish on this lipless crankbait actually. Nice red pattern. I can't wait to use this in the spring because usually this color and the lipless crankbait is pretty good in the spring. Actually, I've never tried this in the winter when it's really cold. I don't know how slow you can fish it. Anyway, I really liked the performance on the rod and reel combo with this lure. It performed excellent, and you could feel even the slightest twitch in this bait. Excellent. All right, let's move on to something else. Now, I never have luck at all with a jig, but we have the Googan Baits Juicy Jig with a crack and crawl trailer. And I'm not looking to catch a fish with this. I'm just looking to test out the feel of this rod and reel combo with a jig on there. Now it's medium action, and this is kind of a heavy jig. We'll see if it messes a 5/16. So, you know, pretty heavy jig for this light setup, but we'll throw it around, see how it feels. We'll throw it right over there to begin with. Nice. Whew. I like the feel of it. You can really feel that jig bumping over rocks and sticks. You know, it's pretty amazing first impression that a two-piece rod is this sensitive. I mean, that is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Wow, that's really nice. Heavy jig with a trailer on it. This is a short pole, very lightweight, and yet I'm having no problem scooting it along the bottom. Of course, that may have to do with the braid that I have on here, but yeah, really, really sensitive. Haha, I like that. Hey, this may mean that I'll enjoy throwing a jig and trying out a jig some more, because I am not a big bass jig kind of fisherman. Just haven't had very good luck. There's a fish. Oh, he let go. I was not ready. Oh, that's terrible. I was about to get excited. All right, let's get that in. Let's see if he's still over there. Man, can't believe I missed that. I went to feel for him again and he'd already let go. Oh, oh boy. Well, out of all the baits that I've thrown on this new rod and reel combo, I think this was the one that impressed me the most. It's heavy, it's even got a heavy trailer on it, but this jig, this juicy jig from Baits, feeling was there, the casting ability was there, the sensitivity was there. This bait performed really good on that rod and reel, even as short as it was. I mean, it's only a 6-foot rod and it worked really well on that. So I'd say the jig was a success on that, even though we missed a fish. But hey, let's go try another one. All right, now we move on to the spinnerbait. This is a Baits spinnerbait in white with a cream split tail trailer. Now, fall and spring are definitely good for spinnerbaits. Spinnerbait's usually pretty good any time of the year, but especially in fall and spring. Ooh, nice cast. Now, there's a lot of weight to this spinner, and because of those blades that are on there, you can actually run it pretty slow and still get a lot of action out of it. Now, one thing I will say about the lightweight rod here is with this spinnerbait, there's a lot more resistance when you're pulling it back through the water. You can actually feel the blades turning. You can watch the tip of the pole and see the blades turning and the effect they're having on the rod. Now, I'm running this pretty slow, like about half the speed that I was running that Lipless Crankbait. All right, let's try a couple more casts. Cast really well. That's pretty impressive, actually. With the rod being so short, I think the flimsiness of the tip helps to cast it a lot farther. Yeah, I'm running this spinnerbait really slow. Good, good. Let's make a cast over this direction. Wow, that was a really long cast. That would have went a lot further if I hadn't stopped it. That split tail there I have on the end of this by Cream really adds to the action a whole lot. But as far as rod performance, yes, you definitely have a lot more resistance with this spinnerbait. But as far as holding up, I'd say it's doing a really good job. Well, one thing about the spinnerbait is you still have your sensitivity. It still can cast really well. It's just reeling it back in with so much tension on the line. There's a lot more resistance with this lure, but still the rod and reel performed really good. If that's all you got, hey, throw a spinner. Not a problem there. I would say with the spinner that it was probably more like of a 4 out of 10, if 10 being the best and 1 being the worst. I wouldn't want to throw a spinner like this size on there all the time. I would want something a little heavier, like a 7-foot rod, bait caster, heavy action. So, but still, it performed pretty well with this. All right, let's move on to the next bait. Well, I would definitely be remiss if I did not throw the Wacky Rig Yum Dinger. This is a 5-inch Yum Dinger. This will be the final bait that we will test out with this. Oh yeah, that casts way better than I expected it to. I had to stop it or it was going way over there. That was pretty awesome. Now, because there's not as much weight on it, you can't feel it as well, although it is still pretty sensitive, which is pretty amazing. Let's flip it right over here. I know there's some structure in the water, so don't be surprised if I get hung up. I am known for getting hung up. Now, usually when the water cools off, I will work a Wacky Rig a lot slower than I would in the summertime. Just a really slight twitch. Oh, there's one. Oh, that might have been a bluegill. Might have been a bluegill. Let's pitch it back in there and see. That was cool. Yeah, I'll work this a lot slower when the water cools off. Just, I mean, the slightest twitch. Just enough to get it to move just a hair. I'll trigger that bass to bite. One thing I have noticed, that the further out your cast is, the less sensitive it is, the less you're gonna feel it with this pole. Probably because of the shortness of the pole, and probably also because of it being a 2-piece. I know that can have a lot to do with it sometimes. Make a cast right over there. I'm telling you, I can aim and hit where I'm casting with this better than most of my reels, better than most of my setups. I like that. Maybe because of the length. So that was the Wacky Rigged Yum Dinger. You can use any kind of stick bait you want, actually. I've had more success with Yum than I've had with most other, also the Googan Bait Lunker Log. It has a little bit faster sink rate, also has a little more salt content, which gives it a little faster sink rate. Also, a little bit bigger around, a little bit longer. But as far as the pole goes, the pole performed wonderfully. And we come out here to test this pole out and we didn't get skunked, so that's a good thing. Is it worth the $24.99 price tag? I'd say, yeah, definitely. If you want a high quality American made rod and reel combo at a really, really good price, then this is definitely the pole that you need to go get. The only modification that I would make, by taking the line off of it that comes with it. Usually that stuff wants to tangle on you so bad, it's pathetic. I put some 10-pound braid on mine, Power Pro, simply because I love this line and I don't have a bit of problem with this line. So if you'd like, go check it out at your local Walmart or check it out at walmart.com. I'm sure they have it on there. If you want a really good pole at a great price that you can fish in the pond and in the creek, this is definitely the one for you. If you like reviews like this, if you like trying out new products, and you would like for us to do more on this channel of things like this, then let me know in the comments below. I'd really appreciate hearing from you. Also, let us know where you're from. If you're new here, and you haven't subscribed already, then what are you waiting on? Reach down, hit that subscribe button. Also, smash that notification bell. That way you're notified every time we post a new video. We'll see you next time. But until next time, get out there and enjoy the outdoors. See you guys later.